Good morning, friends. I wanted to show you a bit of my workout this morning because I wanted to devote a little bit of time today to talk about fitness and my workouts. I got some questions recently and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna include those answers as part of a vlog. So I will get to that a little bit later. I will make time to sit and chat about that, but for now we're just sitting down doing some light school today. It's Friday, but we are going to do a read aloud. So here's what we're reading aloud. Look at this old book, all taped up. Like my kids, especially my boys, love the Gordon Corman books, and Andrew and all his family grew up reading Gordon Corman books. I personally have never read one. And so I said, you know what, guys, I feel like I'm missing out. I'm gonna do one of the Gordon Corman books as a read aloud. So this specific title, or this specific book actually, is one that was Andrew's growing up. So that's why it's in very rough shape. Andrew says, how many times did Andrew say, or did Dad say, he probably read this book growing up?
He said he read like 4 or 5 times.
Probably 5 times.
6 or 7 times.
6 or 7 times. I don't know. I remember him talking about it, saying that he read Gordon Corman books over and over again. Anyway, I will give these books as a suggestion because we have read, or the kids have read, a lot of them.
50.
Probably he's read 30 of the titles or something, right?
No, I have 30.
Okay, I'm listening and telling everybody, but why don't you just say?
So I own 30, and I've read approximately like 45.
Okay.
Because the library has like a bunch.
You did not.
Some of my friends have
I
my grandfather.
Okay, but hold on.
I've read none.
None? This is your first one too?
I've read
You and me
2.
both.
I've read
Okay,
like 4.
boys.
2 or 3.
What show makes your brain turn off?
Just that movie. Like whenever you're on screens that are like bad for you.
Screens make your brain turn off? That's what Dad told you?
Uh-huh.
We have this tracing paper I bought a while ago, and I guess the kids had kind of forgotten about it, but they found it this week and have been doing so much tracing. Can I see what you've done here? That looks great, Wes.
Mom, I'm show you something.
Okay.
I can't ever find it.
It's another tracing that you did?
I did it of a whole big notebook.
A whole big Nate book.
Not put all of it, but most of it. I didn't put
I saw one over here. Is it this one over here? No. Oh, somebody was tracing Calvin. It wasn't me. I did not throw any tracing paper out. Okay, someone's a little bit unhappy because I think that tracing paper got thrown out. Unfortunate, but sometimes. Do you guys ever feel like all day you're telling kids to clean off surfaces, or you're cleaning off surfaces yourself? So for instance, on this table over here, the kids have been so into paper airplanes lately. So every time I see one lying around, I put it on the table. And there's just random paper airplanes. Simeon is all into making these brackets for sports. There's tracing paper here. There are always books left on every surface. Books left on this shelf. Books left on top of the kitchen. Books on the kitchen table. Books, like every surface, there will be things, always things. And so I remember last night as I was getting dinner prepped, and I told one of the kids, please take all these papers off the table, take care of them, because there was so much paper. And so I'm thinking that little tracing was probably one of those papers and just got thrown straight into the recycling. So disappointing, but I used it as an opportunity to be like, then you need to take care of your stuff. You need to find somewhere to put your stuff and not just leave your stuff lying around. I don't think he appreciated hearing that bit of advice from me. All right, I am sitting down now to chat fitness with you guys. So on a recent video of mine, someone had commented and said, I would love to see a video where you talk more about your health and fitness, your workouts, etc. And so I responded back and said, what specifically would you like to know? This was the greengrocer's wife who commented. And so she came back and wrote down 5 different questions for me, and I said, those are perfect. I will sit down and answer those in a future video. So here you go. Her first question is, do you just train to stay in good shape, or do you have a fitness strength goal? So I wouldn't say I have a specific goal I'm working to or a specific like thing I'm training for, but I am always wanting to be stronger. I want to be able to lift heavier weights. I love to see those gradually getting bigger. Actually, I guess a goal I have is to be able to do a pull-up, and I haven't been doing the training that I should be doing in order to reach that goal, because I know there are ways to really focus on that and work on progressing. But that is one thing in the future that I would love to be able to do. And yes, I would say I train to stay in good shape, to be strong, and I have worked out for a long time. I think my whole, like ever since I was a teenager, I felt it was important to move my body and to exercise. But as I have gotten older and as I am now kind of nearing 40, I'm still almost 3 years away from being 40, 2.5 years. But as I'm getting older, I know even more how important it is to work out just to strengthen your bones and your joints and to age well. Often people are aging and not doing any strength training, and so their joints get weaker and they're more likely to injure themselves. Your muscles and strength are just going to naturally decrease as you age, and so the more you can combat that. I want to age well and remain strong as I get older. Her next question is, what are your favorite go-to exercises? So I will answer here. As far as what exercises I do, like what workouts I do a lot of YouTube videos. Sydney Cummings, her YouTube channel, sorry, I have a really itchy nose. I'm about to sneeze here. Or maybe not, but it felt like I was going to. Okay. Sydney Cummings, her YouTube channel has really good workouts that have pushed me, and I enjoy her training style. So I would say for the past 2 years, I have been faithfully doing her workouts. And then my actual favorite exercise, I would have to say it's chest press. I would say that's my #1 favorite movement. What weights do I use? So I'm sure you've seen them in my videos. Maybe I'll show them really quick here too, but they are these steel, I think it's steel, dumbbells. They have the plastic coating in that hex shape on the ends. Maybe this question actually means like, how much weight am I lifting? So my main dumbbells right now are 20 pounds and 25 pounds. There are definitely some workouts that I use my 30s and 35s for, and some that I'll use my 15s or 10s. But I would say 20 and 25, 20 to 30 actually, I am very consistently within those weights. Okay, what's the next question? Do you involve the children in your workouts? If they want to, yes. Once in a while, one of the kids will come up and want to work out with me, and they will. But the girls usually aren't up early enough to work out with me because I work out first thing in the morning. Elijah and Simeon, my 2 oldest boys, do actually have a workout that they do most days, and it's mostly pull-ups, push-ups, and what else do they do? Simeon, what other workout do you do besides push-ups and pull-ups? Okay, never mind. It's just push-ups and pull-ups. And so they are doing those every day. Oh, actually, I should say, I do go for a run, not every week, but some weeks, and I'll often take one of the kids along to go for a run with me. And that's actually really enjoyable. I really like the company. Okay, my last question, what does your weekly plan look like? So I did want to talk about this, how my weekly workout routine looks. So typically, I'll just tell you how this week went. Monday, I worked out chest and triceps, so those push muscles. Tuesday, I went for a run. Wednesday, I did back and biceps, so another upper body workout, but the pull muscles instead of push. And then Thursday, I did a Pilates, and then today I did strength training for lower body. So that is a very typical week for me. I usually have 2 days for upper body, either doing push one day and pull one day, or doing chest and back one day, biceps and triceps one day. So I kind of divide it that way. One day is cardio. Often it's a run, but sometimes I'll do just some mixed cardio or a HIIT workout or something. And then one day will be lower body, and then day 5 will be either Pilates or yoga. I go back and forth between those, but usually that's in the middle of my week when I've already kind of burnt out my arms, burnt out my legs. It's almost like a rest day, but it's a light movement day. I also do a stretch once every weekend, and that really helps. Stretching really helps your workouts go farther. And then I also go for walks. Not every day. I would say 2 or 3 days a week I'll go for a walk. I feel it's very important to move my body. I feel good when I've moved my body. And like I mentioned earlier, just strength training I think is really important for women, especially as we age. There is a little info on my fitness journey. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer those, but thank you for sending those in so we could have a little chat today. Well, I've had a productive afternoon of things that just aren't really worth filming. I went for a nice little walk. Yes, Wes? Sent some kids outside. I'm just sending Wesley out right now. What are you saying, bud?
Oh yeah. So let's learn bananas.
Yeah.
After 2 months now bananas.
What are you talking about?
I mean
On
like
our
for
French lessons?
Uh-huh.
When it says what?
Let's learn bananas in French is after 2 months now bananas.
Ante tu mantena.
Bananas.
I don't know if that's what that means. I think that means like let's practice. I don't know if it means let's learn. I'd have to look that up.
Let's practice bananas.
I'm teaching French and I don't know French, so sometimes we're just learning together. Okay, the other thing I got done this afternoon was help the boys get their clothes switched over into summer clothes. And I got comments recently when I was talking about switching clothes over, and some of you were saying, oh, we don't switch clothes over. We just always have all the clothes in our kids' drawers. So maybe we have too many clothes. I know some of the kids do have too many clothes at certain times, but our kids also have quite limited space in their closets. Like the 2 girls share one dresser, so they can only have a limited amount of clothing in their drawers at one time. We also have many different seasons here where we need lots of different clothing, winter clothes, summer clothes. We see every season here. What was the other thing I was gonna say about that? It's also, I think when the seasons change, it just feels like the perfect time for me to go through their drawers and just see what's going on here. What are you hanging on to that is full of holes or that does not fit you anymore? Because the kids basically do all their own laundry, they pick their own clothes out every day. So I find those seasonal times are just good for me to kind of check up on. So we already switched over the girls' clothes, Wesley's clothes. I just helped Simeon all afternoon working on getting his stuff switched over, and Elijah's upstairs right now. I told him to go basically handle it on his own. Just see what's too small and then get out shorts and summer dress shirts and stuff. But that was basically my afternoon, so I didn't really film anything. I am now making supper. I am cooking ground beef on the stove. Simeon is in the middle of peeling some sweet potatoes. Takes a bit of time peeling sweet potatoes, so I'm just waiting for him. Oh, one's done. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Simeon. I can start chopping. I am making this 1-dish meal, chicken, sweet potatoes. I got out black beans because for some reason I thought the recipe called for them. I was just looking at my recipe now realizing, oh, no, it doesn't call for black beans, but I'm gonna add them anyways. I just pulled that skillet of beef off of the stove, so it should be a little quieter. I realize it's so loud when I have that going in the background. Hopefully you guys can hear what I'm saying anyways. But the kids sometimes have youth group on Friday nights, the oldest 3. So our youth group starts at grade 6, which I think is so young. But because of that, we have 3 kids that are youth group age. But tonight we are just having a stay-at-home night. We are going to watch a movie. I don't know yet what movie we're going to watch, but we're gonna have dinner here in a little bit. I'm gonna call the kids in to clean up. So we kind of have times periodically through the day where I'm like, okay, let's clean up, because you know, the mess just kind of adds up. And so if I walked around the house right now, there's just kind of stuff everywhere. Like the table has different stuff on it. The living room floor has stuff on it. So we just kind of walk around and do a bit of a cleanup before dinner. Then we'll eat, do dishes, and then pick a movie to watch, which isn't as easy as it sounds when you have kids multiple ages and different interests. So sometimes we kind of pick with the kids. Sometimes Andrew and I are just like, hey guys, we're gonna watch this movie, because it can be hard to get everybody in agreement. Dinner is all ready. Looks so good.